Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for the podcast that pulls back the curtain, that dissects the strikes, the submissions, and the controversial decisions. We're coming to you live from the Empty the Bench Network. We are diving deep into the world of mixed martial arts. Get ready for the unfiltered takes, the expert analysis, and the raw, unadulterated passion for the fight game. These are your hosts, two of the most knowledgeable voices in the sport. The one, the only, Zain Bando, and the undisputed, the always insightful, Jack Gold. This is the MMA Outsiders.
What's going on, everybody? Big week this week. Not for MMA, but for our man Zain Bando. Starting the show off, I want to just say, give the man his flowers. He's going to Indianapolis, covering the Final Four. Gets to see Illinois there. They're going to beat UConn. It's going to be Illinois, Michigan in the Natty, and it's going to be glorious.
Man, I hope you're right. Thanks for the kind introduction. I really appreciate it. It means a whole great deal coming from you. So thank you so much for saying it. And yeah, I can hardly wait. I leave Saturday morning. It should be a blast. There's a pregame party to start things off at around 2 Eastern and then roll into Lucas Oil and open, which should be a great slate on Saturday night. And then hopefully a national championship appearance for my alma mater on Monday. I'm still mesmerized, and I'm even going to this. I'm like genuinely really surprised. So I could not be happier. And thanks for the warm intro. It'll be my second Final Four, but my first is media. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I do want to get your opinion. What do you think about having the Final Four in Lucas Oil Football Stadium? Personally, I don't love it.
So I don't love it either, but I understand it's the grand virtuoso type thing. You got to do it in a venue that people are going to remember, and I think LCO or LOS rather is one of those venues where people will remember where they were. And it seems like the general consensus on social media is that the people who are going, they're more so there to make noise. They're not as much there to see the actual action unfold. There's been a big debate about whether people should go to the Final Four or not. But I think if you have the opportunity to go, you should go. I've talked to a lot of people. I even helped someone get tickets to the Final Four because they were having trouble with that. But it's one of those where I think if you have the opportunity, if you have a free couple of days, and you also get the NIT championship game, same weekend, Division II championship and Division III. So if you want to be a basketball sicko and watch, 7-8 games in a 4-day period, you can do that. I might even stick around and watch the NIT championship because you don't really get the opportunity to see that. So it should be a really fun weekend. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm just so grateful every year pretty much that the UFC knows what it's doing and that March Madness knows what it's doing, because usually every year the UFC doesn't do this big pay-per-view event or anything. And now with it being on Paramount, I think they understand even more that the Final Four is a sacred thing and they have to protect it. So I could not be happier. But yeah, excited to be back here with you. It's another week. It's episode 162. We'll be going over some things, but do you want to tell the people what you've been up to before we kind of go through over the logistics, and then we'll get into the show itself?
Nothing changes since last week. Just watching MMA, studying, making sure the picks are good. I have no idea how I did last week, to be honest with you. I think I went 7-5-1.
So no, you actually went 6-6-1 last week.
Oh no!
Unless you changed a pick the day of that I don't know about. I had you at 6-6-1, and I went 8-4-1 for myself.
We both had Tainara.
Yes.
We both had Simone, draw. We both had Sterling. You had Casey O'Neill. I had Fernandez. L on me. You had Tyrell Fortune. I had Tybura. Pump fake. They were teasing me.
I
Just
know.
it was just we both had Hooper, we both had Bahamondes, we both had McKinney, we both had Bulgari. I had Douglas, you had Arosa, we both had Chiesa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. I have 7, 5, and 1.
Okay, let me just triple
But
check that. So
we'll get deeper into that because we have a not as much news this week, so we're gonna give a breakdown of the card and we'll figure it out then.
No, we certainly do. We certainly do. You were 100% right.
But starting the show, what do you
for sure.
what do you want to cover first? You want to talk about Nate declining Conor? You want to go over Seattle?
So I think there's a lot of directions we can go, but before we do that, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to the ETV network. That way we can keep growing those watch hours. To do so, go to youtube.com/ETV network. I'm Zain Bando, still alive and kicking as a staff writer for MMAKnockout.com as part of the On-SI network. And of course, Jack Gold is still doing his thing as he prepares for a move to Atlanta. Any new updates since we last spoke? Just anything you got going, anything in the pipeline, anything social media wise? I feel like I get my weekly update when we're sitting on this stream, just because we don't constantly text as much as we did at one point.
Yeah, I just nothing too crazy. No updates, just getting stuff done.
That's good to hear. And then, of course, you can listen to all the OG versions of the MMA Outsiders wherever your podcast is now. This show has transitioned into a live show and has been ever since Jack's arrival, however many months ago it's been now. So it's been kind of off the audio-only platforms for quite a bit. But if you want the OG versions, the 2022 to, I don't know, early last year, you can go and check those out. It's gone through a few different co-hosts, but we're still alive and kicking. We're still here. We're still doing our thing. But anyway, though, actually, yeah, let's start with Seattle just because of how entertaining of a card it was. And as you were kind of rolling through them pretty quickly, let's go over who we had on this card again, because it was overall a pretty crazy night of fights.
So I just pulled up the card here, starting the night off. Oh, can we get this bad boy up here? I think we can. We go. Boom. Boom. It started off like we said. We had Alexa Tainara versus Bruna Brazil. We both had Tainara in kind of a boring one. Zain had it right with the decision. What did you think about this one?
Kind of a boring fight for sure, but one of those where I felt like the decision was pretty easy. What did you think?
100%. I agree. I think it was just like a cut and dry, boring 30-27 Tainara decision. But what I want to talk about, Ricky Simón versus Adrian Yanez. We both had Ricky Simón. I think he won round 2, arguably. I think this to me was just weird because I think Yanez clearly won round 1. And then I think Yanez arguably won round 2, but you could give it to Simón.
I thought Yanez won round 2.
And then he got a 10-8 in round 3 and almost finished him at the bell.
Yeah.
And then somehow we get to the judges' scorecards, and unanimously Ricky Simón wins 1 and 2, and Yanez gets a 10-8 in round 3. It's a draw. I think this was one of the worst scorecards of the year by far. And I think Yanez got robbed of his win money, and that is unfortunate. But I think the UFC knows what's up, and I think they'll push him along where he should be going.
I think so too. Overall, a decent fight. One that probably should have gone to Yanez. I'd like to see a rematch at some point, but that probably won't happen. But I thought overall it was pretty entertaining. But that is the first draw officially in the year known as 2026. How about that?
Didn't know that. Next up, big-time prospect Navajo Sterling knocks out Bruno Lopez. Now, Navajo has had a bad habit of going into decision in the UFC. He's 3-0 with 3 decisions coming into this fight. Bruno Lopez, he has a good record, but I am not high on him. I don't think he's got it. His chin's not the best. And Navajo Sterling beat this man up bad. The ref could have stopped this 4 or 5 different times. but
Oh, yeah.
happy Navajo won.
Oh yeah, there's no question about it there's no question about it that was a very one-sided fight for sure. And yeah, again, as you just alluded to, that fight could have been stopped multiple times, but of course it was not. And it is what it is. Sometimes you get some shaky officiating, and that's what you got in that fight.
Next up, Casey O'Neill versus Gabriela Fernandez. I did not see this one coming.
So
Casey O'Neill gets a disgusting knockout.
So if I have this correctly, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but starting with this Fernandez fight, you lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row.
I switched my pick to McKinney. I think that's where we messed up.
Oh,
but
you
yeah,
did.
I lost the rest. I lost the rest of the prelims.
Oh, so you did switch your pick to McKinney. Okay. I was not I did not pick up on that memo. Thanks for letting me know. That's where you were getting the 7, 5, and 1 from. Okay, I got it. Now. I completely understand. But yeah,
but the rest of the prelims did not treat me well after this fight, let me tell you.
Yeah, so continue on with what you were saying. I didn't want to interrupt your
Casey O'Neill been off for about a year and a half, did not look good in her last 2 fights. Comes back in this one after Gabriela Fernandez has looked real good in her last 3 fights, and O'Neill knocks her out silly. So Casey O'Neill comes back, probably going to be ranked again and putting a statement on in the women's division.
Yeah, putting a statement on in the women's division for sure. There is no doubt about that. There's no doubt.
Next up, that was one Zain picked correctly. But I want to hear your thoughts on Tyrell Fortune versus Marcin Tybura. I scored it 2-1 Tybura, round 2 and round 3 to Tybura. I can understand a Fortune win. But when they raised Tybura's hand, I go, oh my God, I just won. And then we go to commercial break and we come back and I'm like, oh, are they playing a replay of the decision? No. They read it wrong. Tyrell Fortune was the winner.
Yeah.
So what did you think about this fight?
Weird fight for sure. Not the typical Fortune performance. Would you agree with that? He wasn't as aggressive as I thought he would be in this one.
I just think I like his story and I like him, but I'm just not super high on him. I don't like that Sergey Bilisteny beat him. I don't like that Daniel James beat him. I think he is a beatable heavyweight. And I think Tybura is a hard fight, but Tybura being 40 years old, I think this is his downfall. And he still almost beat him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And just a quick shout out to FP5 and Hitting for the Cycle, showing love and reposting our stream. We really appreciate you guys. And if you guys have any questions, we'll be here for the next 30 to 45 minutes or so. We have 105 people in the stream watching. So if you guys have anything you want us to answer, let us know as we go through the recap of UFC Seattle from this past Saturday. And Jack, I will let you get to the end of the card, but we have a very interesting record update as we move into the month of April, but I'll let you continue as we roll.
I know I've been on a downswing the last couple of weeks.
No, I'm saying from a catch-up standpoint, we're in a really interesting spot now after having redone the math with your correction that you just gave me. So,
well, starting off the main card, are we still on the prelims? No, still on the prelims. Lance Gibson versus Chase Hooper. Now, this is one of those fights where Chase Hooper was, at the time of the fight, was a minus 400 favorite. And we were in Chicago for the Alex Hernandez performance.
We sure were.
And I got a little nervous. So I put a little bet on Lance Gibson Jr. I should have known. I had a feeling. Lance Gibson Jr., TKO, 3 minutes into round 1. What did you think?
I mean, hey, man, you want to talk about a Chase Hooper downer? This was the fight, man. This was a fight that he couldn't afford to lose, and he just looked horrible. He looked like he didn't want to be in there. That's all I can really say about it.
It was,
what do you think?
I just think Chase fights. He's not fighting the way he needs to fight to be successful. He is a grappler and a specialist at that, and he keeps doing the Shamrock thing, where I'm going to kick these guys a bunch. That's the fight I'd like to see. I want to see either Chase Hooper versus Shamrock, Chase Hooper versus Anshul Jubilee, or Shamrock versus Jubilee next for the 3 of them.
Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, I could see any one of those 3 fights occurring too. Those are some pretty solid names, no doubt.
And I feel like they have enough name value for a chase. You know what I mean? Like Lance Gibson had none.
Yes.
But now in the featured prelim, my boy, Ignacio Bahamondes versus Tawfiq Musayev. This one hurt me because Ignacio was piecing his ass up round 1. He was beating him up. Round 2, drops him, almost finishes him, gets reversed. Tawfiq Musayev, this guy, multiple fence grabs, multiple big elbows that were legal, but only happened because this guy was diving headfirst into the elbows.
Yes. Multiple
headbutts. I don't love that there was a ton of cheating against the guy that I really like, but good for Tawfiq. He got a big win, but I think Bahamondes is a better fighter, and he should have won this fight 2-1. If the cheating was caught, I would have said 2-1 Bahamondes, but
would you have been okay with the draw or no?
I would have been fine with the draw because round 3 was tough with all the blood, but the blood doesn't happen without the headbutt. And if they get the headbutt, they stand up in round 2, and he already dropped him. There's like a little factors. I don't know. I think it was just a tough night for our boy.
Fair enough.
Now on the first fight of the main card, Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson. I was picking Kyle Nelson all week. And then something inside me said, Terrence McKinney's going to win this fight by first round knockout. And I said, let me switch to Terrence McKinney. Blocked knee into blocked ground and pound TKO 25 seconds in. Not the best showing from Kyle Nelson, but Terrence McKinney, alive and well, 8-5 in the UFC.
Yeah, some nasty wins in there. That's right up there with his UFC debut, I would say. What do you think?
I think this one's like less nasty because it just like none of the shots hit Kyle.
Right.
Like he just like shelled up. But like I think it was a great performance where like 20 seconds in, he's had a couple of these ones, but 20 seconds in, he just finishes it.
I did quite well on this 6-fight main card. Let's see here. We went 4-2 on this main card. I actually did pretty well.
I went 5-1, I believe. My only loss was Macy Barber. My prelims are horrible. I went 2-4-1.
Yes, your only loss was Barber. That's correct. Yep.
But no, we killed the main card. But we'll get to Barber.
Oh yeah, we'll get to Macy Barber for sure.
Mansour Abdul Malik versus Yusri Belgari. What were your thoughts?
My guy, you got to scroll up. You're not. You're not at that fight. There you go.
What were your thoughts?
I mean, you want to talk about a nasty finish? This one was disgusting. I mean, dude, you want to talk about this whole main card? Like every finish on this main card essentially was like a jaw dropping. It was one after the other. You want to talk about the most exciting main card of the year so far? This one was it.
And Belgari, I think his performance, like he just styled on him the whole time. Just styled on him the whole entire time. Teeps, leg kicks, knees, clinch, 1-2s. Nearly finished him at the end of round 2, had him stumbling back to his corner, and then put him out in round 3. It was gross. Big fan of Belgari.
Oh yeah. This was an awesome performance by him.
Next up, LaHaye Douglas versus Julian Erosa. My boy, the gunslinger. This is one of the ones I got right over you, my friend. First round, like I said last week, seek and destroy. Jab, weave, jab, weave, jab. Dropping him on every jab. And then after
Dude, this is if he hasn't already been cut, this was a cuttable performance by Erosa. I mean, I
don't even know if it was a cuttable performance. I think it was just Douglas is that good. He was super, super calm, super composed. Leg kick. Leg kick. Jab. Sits him on his butt against the cage. Threw a left hook that nearly took him off his feet. Then he was like, okay, I got to chill out. Hum. Jab. Sets him against the cage. Jab. Sits him against the cage. Does that 4 or 5 times. And then finally he's like, I've had enough of this. Hung. hits him with a right hook, kills him against the cage with an uppercut. Great performance. And I love this guy. He's super nice. Saw him at LFA. He's a problem.
He certainly does look that way, and he made Rosa. He made his career go back a few years with the way he finished them. I mean, Rosa was not competitive in this fight at all.
Not in it at all.
Yeah, exactly.
But all right, next up, the featured fight of the main card: Michael Chiesa versus Nico Price.
Okay, before we dive into this fight, what do you think of the allegations that this fight was a work?
I just think Nico Price is bad, and I think Michael Chiesa is much crap as he gets for not being good. He is a good grappler.
Well, I mean, I think his career is going to be more known for who he fought rather than who he beat. That's what I think.
Chiesa?
Yeah.
For sure. He's one of 3 fighters in UFC history to retire on a win streak with 2 or more wins.
And what, he's had 4 fight win streaks in his
Who
career?
do you think the other 2 people are? It's Michael Chiesa.
Okay, what are the initials of the other 2?
I'll just tell you one, Khabib.
Okay.
And then George St. Pierre.
Wow.
Some rare company with Michael Chiesa.
Jeez. You're talking about 2 of the greatest fighters ever, and then Michael Chiesa.
I've been seeing videos from MMA Guru, from other news people or other YouTube people, and I tend to believe them. And it's because Michael Chiesa was hand-fed these picks because he didn't sue the UFC back from the Dolly days.
Oh, you think so?
Well, think about it. Like all the valid points. These are not my research, by the way, but this is from people who I believe did their research. He was on the bus, and I know these for facts too. He was on the bus when McGregor threw the Dolly.
Yeah, that's
Khabib Max Holloway.
That's common
Khabib.
knowledge.
Who was he supposed to fight that day?
He was supposed to fight Max Holloway, and he ended up fighting Ally Aquinta.
Before Max. Was it Tony?
Yeah, Tony Ferguson.
So yeah, it was Khabib versus Tony, and then it was Khabib versus Max, and then they pulled Max for medical. And Michael Chiesa would have been the highest ranked lightweight on the card. But because of the Dolly incident, he got cut on his face and he couldn't compete, so they skipped over him and went to Ally Aquinta. And Michael Chiesa could have sued the UFC for that, but instead they didn't. And he has a desk job. He has all this other hand-fed matchups. Like, come on. He is the classic, like, oh, go get fed to Michael Morales type guy. But somehow, some way, he got Court McGee. He got Nico Price. He got like, it was just not great. I like Chiesa too. Like, he's a nice guy, and I'm happy he went out on top. But I don't think it was a fix. I think it was that Nico Price got slept 50 days ago. And he was like, I'm just going to go try to sprint and knock him out or get subbed. And he almost did with the slam, and then Chiesa subbed him. So it's just like, okay, that was that.
Jack, do you want to know what Nico Price's record is now? It's something like 6-9 or something.
Let's see. It's 16-11 overall.
If you click over it, it'll okay.
8-11 in the UFC on a 4-fight losing streak. Not ideal.
No. He's lost to everybody.
That's a lot of red.
Yeah.
Beat Alex Morono.
And he lost 2 retirement send-offs. This one and Robbie Lawler.
Yeah. This is crazy. Dude, but early in his career, man, people forget, man. He was going crazy.
It's true.
But yeah, he is a Cody Brundage type.
He is. He might just be a worse version of him.
Oh, I don't know about that. Now, the co-main event. The best, if my grandpa's watching, my grandpa's favorite fighter is Alexa Grasso. If only I had remembered to show him what she did this past weekend, he would be a happy camper. Because Alexa Grasso.
He still doesn't know yet?
No, he still doesn't know. We might be able to play the clip. But maybe the best women's finish besides Valentina versus Jessica Ai that I've ever seen. Pardon my language. Freaking southpaw, 1-2, knocks her silly, sits her on her butt, facing the other way. From around her head, hook, knocks her out, jumps onto the gear. Let's see if I can pull this thing up. But
probably not, because we don't want to get copyrighted.
Oh, you don't think so? I'll find a picture. Hold on now.
No, a picture works. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was gross. But what did you think?
I mean, this is just a vintage, like a vintage Alexa Grasso performance, like OG Alexa Grasso, where you have to go back years to find a performance where she looked that nasty and that good. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hold on now. It's just one of those things where it's just like, how does she top this now? Like, I was out on Alexa Grasso a little bit on she was on her downfall. But I just don't.
Here it is right there. For those who haven't seen it. One of the craziest sequences you've ever seen. Out on one side. Looks like she's going to get submitted in another. Gets submitted in another, but it doesn't count. It only counts as a TKO. Unreal. When have you ever seen a submission not count as an official as an official outcome of a fight?
Zhang Wei Li versus Yan Xiaonan.
Oh, right, yeah. Because wasn't
rear naked choke decision victory?
Wasn't after the bell too, right?
It was during the bell rung, and then she woke up and stumbled over to her corner.
Yeah, that's what you get sometimes, man. But that's a big win for Grasso. Keeps her in title contention. To beat a name like Macy Barber, who had such a long layoff. Well,
and who's the favorite?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But then in the main event, body bags, turn the body cam off Pyfer. Looking not good in round one. Israel Adesanya whooping him.
He was looking like he was going to get knocked out.
Giving up. His leg was hurting. Round two, Izzy's on the same thing. But then all of a sudden, he gets him against the cage, hits him with one big shot. Uh-oh. Hits him with another big shot. Uh-oh. And I wanted to make a video about this, but I wanted to wait a week or two before I did not get copyrighted. Israel, the whole thing online where people were looking at Israel's nose, right?
Yeah.
If you were paying attention during the fight, during the finishing sequence.
I was paying attention.
He was knuckling his nose from the back. And you can see Izzy going, it was really bothering him.
Right.
So I think his nose was broken, and Pyfer hooked it earlier in one of the exchanges. So his nose was hurting him bad. And so when he finally got the back mount and pushed his hips down, it was game over. And I hated, I would have liked him to retire, but I guarantee you, I'd put all my money, Izzy versus Shara Bullet's going to be next.
You do.
It just makes too much sense.
It's one of those where you feed him to a top prospect.
Not even a top prospect. It's just or MVP. It's put him against someone who's not going to take him down and see what happens.
He's got to win one of these fights at some point, though, man. He can't keep losing.
Anderson didn't.
That's true, but is it real Adesanya Anderson Silva? I don't think so.
I don't know. But that does it for UFC Seattle.
Oh, by the way, just to run through a few numbers while we're sitting here. So with your 7-5-1 clip, you have officially hit 80 wins for the year. You're 80-35-1, and I was a fight better than you at 8-4-1. I'm 67 48-1. How do we feel about these numbers?
Hold on a minute. 80, 35, and 1.
Yeah, how about that?
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 69% hit rate.
Yeah, how about that?
But hey, I want to end the year at 70. That's the goal, man.
Let me just triple check. I'm almost positive that that's right. Hang on here. It's gotta do some quick math on this here. Let's see. That's 116. Yep. And then we're gonna do. Here we go. Yeah. So 116 fights have passed, and funny enough, Jack, if you could believe it, we had identical records in March at 30, 21, and 1. How about that?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So
April's gonna be different. I'm gonna smoke you.
I hope it's different for me and that I'm still chipping away, man. Still chipping away. Now we're only 13 fights behind. We're still rolling.
You're creeping up, but speaking of only being 13 fights behind, we have UFC Apex something Moicano versus Chris Duncan is the main event.
It's a terrible card, by the way. Let's just get that out of the way first.
Yes, it is. Like, there's fights I'm excited for sure, but they're like, it's a bunch of prelims that I'm excited for, and then all of a sudden it's the main event. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
So, like, let's take a look here. Speaking of which, a fight I'm super excited about. It got added like 3 days ago. Dakota Hope versus Kai Kamaka. This fight bangs.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I don't know. I think Kai, I was in Vegas on October 25th to watch Kenny Cross win the Tough Enough title. No big deal. Kai Kamaka was the main event of that card versus Diego Brandao. And Kai Kamaka lost. And I think Dakota Hope's really good. So I'm going to pick Dakota Hope to beat Kai Kamaka. Even though I really like Kai and I'd love to see him win, I think Dakota Hope's going to beat him by decision. Up a weight class for both of them. Or maybe just Dakota Hope.
See, I'm going to take Kai Kamaka because I think the experience factor is going to play a part. But I do think it'll be an exciting fight, though.
Next up, Diane Barboza taking on Melissa Gatto.
What do you think?
I'm going to take Diane Barboza. I think she's just more well-rounded. She could have beaten Karine Silva, and I think that's a good win. And I don't think Melissa Gatto hasn't fought in a long time.
Yeah, I would say picking against Gatto is probably the safer play. I would argue that.
But her boxing's nice, so who knows? Next up, what a fight. Azamat Bakoyev versus Tresean Gore. Azamat Bakoyev has 20 wins and 4 losses. Tresean Gore has 5 wins and 4 losses. I don't think we have to talk about this one much, but I'm going to take Azamat Bakoyev.
Yeah, I think so too. I think arguably one of the easiest picks of the whole card.
He's only minus 550, so who would have known?
Yeah.
Next up, Haley Cohen versus Elise Pereira. This one stinks. Like, I like Haley Cohen, but like I have no idea how to pick her fights because she's not great. But then, like, also Elise Pereira is not great.
I like Pereira. What do you think?
I think I'm gonna take Pereira, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Cohen gets the victory.
Okay.
Next up, Lando Venata hasn't fought in like 2 years, but he's back versus Darius Flowers, the Chicago man who got signed, got beat a couple times, got cut, and now is back without winning a fight. Give me Darius Flowers to beat Lando Venata. I think that might change.
I got Flowers too, and if your rumors from a couple weeks ago still hold up, man, who knows? Maybe Flowers could fight at home. We'll see. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, who knows? But Lando Venata, heavy favorite.
Yep.
Next up, Alessandro Costa taking on Stuart Nickel. Alessandro Costa minus 400. That's huge. But I'm going to take Costa. Nickel hasn't done anything to make me go like, oh, yeah, this guy's good.
Yeah, I like Costa.
And Costa's good. Costa's pretty good.
I like Costa as well.
Dang, you think Tapology likes the pit?
Yes, I think so.
Next up, Thomas Peterson versus Guilherme Pat. I like Thomas Peterson a lot, and I want him to win this fight. But I feel like I have to take Guilherme Pat.
Yeah, I like Pat as well, and I think the only way Peterson can win this fight is if he keeps it standing. What do you think?
I think the only way Peterson wins this fight if he gets it to the ground. If he keeps it standing, he's getting knocked out. I think Pat's 6 inches taller than him. He's got a 6-inch reach advantage, a 7-inch reach advantage. I'm taking Pat by knockout.
Okay.
And the first fight of the main card, Robert Ruchala taking on Jose Delano. This one's an awesome fight. I'll take Jose Delano, but Ruchala is good. So, like, being a minus 415 favorite for Jose Delano is a little crazy.
Yeah, he may be too big of a favorite, in my opinion, but I think Delano should win, though.
Delano's awesome. Delano's a very good fighter.
Yes.
Oh, this fight stinks. Manolo Zucchini. Let's give Tommy McMillan the worst featherweight on the roster so he could get a victory. Tommy McMillan's going to win this fight, and then he's going to be talking mad shit after.
Yeah, I think he viciously finishes him. What do you think?
Same. He's going to knock him out silly. All right, we got 4 fights left. Rafael Estevam taking on Ethan Ewing. Who you got? The undefeated Brazilian moving up to bantamweight, or Ethan Ewing fighting at his natural weight class for the first time in the UFC?
I like Ewing to give Estevam his first loss. What do you think?
I'm going to take Ewing as well. I think I think he's more powerful. I think he's dangerous. I think he's good enough as an anti-grappler. I don't think Estevam is says he's 5'8" and making flyweight, but I just think he's not big enough for bantamweight. I think Ewing's a big guy. I like Ewing in this fight.
Fair enough. And I actually think this next fight could be really interesting. What do you think?
I do too. It's either going to go one way or another. I think Abdul Rahman Yakiayev versus Brendan Ribeiro. Either Yakiayev is going to run through Ribeiro like nothing. Or Ribeiro could low-key fluke it. He is the fluke master because he's dangerous. Or he hurts him and then Abdul Rahman has to turn it around. But Yakiayev's going to win this fight. I think by submission.
I think so too.
In the co-main event, Verna Jandiroba taking on Tabitha Ricci. Tabitha Ricci being the favorite here is interesting. Verna didn't look great in the title fight. I don't know who I'm going to take. Who do you got?
I have Verna bouncing back, but I think Ricci is going to take the distance at the very least. And she might even win one of the scorecards too.
You know what? I'll take Ricci.
Okay.
I'll take Ricci by decision.
Okay.
Then in the main event, Renato Moicano taking on Chris Duncan. Who you got? I want to hear your breakout. Duncan minus 200.
I got Chris Duncan, man. Moicano just hasn't shown me enough since that title fight for me to believe that he can hang with him. And Duncan's a beast. Duncan's got some nasty hands, and Moicano's going to have to make it ugly in rounds 4 and 5 for him to have a chance to win this fight, because Duncan's not going to go away easily. And I said it on my show that comes out tomorrow that I think this is just a bad matchup for Moicano overall. What do you think?
I'm on the complete opposite side. I think Moicano is going to finish him in round 1.
Really?
I think he's going to submit him. I think we've seen in Chris Duncan's only loss, Chris Duncan has not fought the best UFC competition. I think his best win is Jordan Vucenic, who's not in the UFC anymore.
Okay.
He also fought Manuel Torres, who's a good UFC fighter, but he didn't knock him out. He submitted him. I think Moicano is just, and what Chris Duncan said in interviews this week is Moicano beats him up in sparring, but it's different. It's a fight. So I can see Duncan chinning him, but I think Duncan's slow. I think he's well-rounded, but slow. And I think Moicano is going to be faster than him on the feet. I think he doesn't do anything too spectacular, so he just stays on the jab. And when he gets a hold of him and gets him down, I think he's going to rear naked choke him.
Really?
Plus money as the unk.
Really?
Really. Because my thing is, like, he dominated BSD. Then he lost to Islam. He lost to Beneil too, right?
He did. Yep.
Yeah, so lost to Beneil. I think this is a bounce back for Moicano.
Interesting. Okay.
And that does it. So you're going with Chris Duncan. I got Moicano. You got Jane Dodoba. I got Ricci. We both have Yakyayev. We both have Ewing. We both have McMillan. We both have Delano. We both have Pat. We both have Costa. We both have Flowers. We both have Pereira. We both have Bakoyev. We both have Barboza. And you have Kai Kamaka. And I have Dakota Hope. That does it for our UFC Apex yada, yada, yada 115 review.
Yeah. Are you excited to talk about some news now?
Let's talk about some news. Hit me.
We've been meaning to get into some news, and now we have news to talk about, which sometimes, Jack, on this show we get to the news, and then other times it feels like we don't because we have too many fights to talk about. But yeah, let's get to some news now, and we can. Some big developments. Nate Diaz revealing in an interview earlier this week that he turned down Conor McGregor because he didn't want to fight McGregor on his last dying leg, and instead he decided to go the MVP route. What was your reaction to Diaz's comments? Is he justified in saying this? And where do you think this leaves McGregor's options? And I think this could get into an interesting debate. Excited to hear your thoughts before I give mine.
I just think, I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I think people are egregiously, including myself, thinking these guys are getting paid way more than they actually are. But I think it has less to do. I think it's just more guaranteed money. Or like the UFC would be like, if we got this many viewers, yada, yada, or this, yada, yada. But I just think maybe Diaz didn't want to. He likes what they're doing. He's worked with MVP. He liked it. So it's just like, I don't know. I can see it's Nate Diaz, man. Like, it could be any given Dana could have looked at him wrong. The freaking wind blew west. Like, it could have been anything.
Well, as much as you say that, I think it's for a selfish reason, too. I think with him being from Stockton, California, I think him probably fighting at home was a little bit more appealing than fighting in Vegas, as he's done a million times before. That's number one. And number two, he wanted to take a fight on his own terms, and MVP giving him that opportunity to do it on his own terms, the way he wants to do it, instead of the controlled environment that the UFC sometimes brings. I think that could be another reason.
For sure.
And he probably doesn't want to rehash the whole 10-year rivalry because it's kind of fallen out of touch and all that stuff. And like now there's new stars now, and it'd be like rehashing old wounds. And you want to know what? He probably gave the same argument to the UFC that the UFC gave to Michael Chandler when Chandler didn't get the Conor fight. That's my theory.
For sure. I also think they're both 40. Nate Diaz is literally 40. Conor's gonna be 38. Isn't the whole point is like people are just fighting too long? They're fighting too long?
Yeah, I think so.
So why are they dishing out all this money for these unks? Like, that's what I don't understand. But like Junior Dos Santos, I thought he was old 6 years ago.
Right. You have a point, man. You have a point for sure.
But like, I don't hate that these guys are making money. Like, good for them. And if they feel good enough to be able to fight. But it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what.
I mean, what was appealing from, I think, the fan standpoint was the fact that these guys were 1-1 and it would finish the story. But Sometimes
That's different. Like, I agree that one fight is cool because they're both older. It finishes the story. They're not 50 yet. But it's
Right.
also, like, same difference with Gina and Ronda. It's like Rousey and Carano have almost not fought for a combined 30 years.
Right.
I think it's 27 years combined they haven't fought.
Yeah.
That's older than you and me.
Yeah, it is.
So it's just like I don't see the appeal in it, but a lot of people do, it seems. But we'll only know when it happens. And I'm excited because MVP is taking place in California, where we'll know the payout. So we'll know how much Nate made to allegedly turn down Conor McGregor.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure it's ridiculous money. That'd be my guess.
If
I were to guess,
it's
it's probably
crazy.
I was going to say 15 million.
I was gonna say 5 million.
Really?
I think guaranteed, maybe 6, 7, something like that.
So with Nate Diaz off the table, what do you think they do with this Conor situation, or do they not do anything and do they just throw it to the wayside like they have for the last 5 years?
I've said over and over again, Conor McGregor is never fighting again, so I would not be surprised. But also, it's like maybe Masvidal. Who else? I don't know.
Max Holloway.
Yeah, Max.
Charles
Could be anything. I just don't know. I don't believe
Oliveira.
a word. I don't believe a word that the UFC or Conor or Nate or MVP says. The only word I believe is Big Marcel. When Big Marcel posts on Instagram, I know that thing's booked.
Yeah.
But
And as we know, the word on the street is, barring anything catastrophic, Ariel Helwani's words, not mine, McGregor's supposed to fight July 11th. So
allegedly. Again, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it the moment that Conor McGregor's walkout happens.
Oh, okay.
The second, like, not even day up.
You don't think the weigh-in will convince you enough that he's fighting the next day?
No.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
He's gonna break his pinky toe again. Like,
the day of the fight.
It's, I don't know. I don't believe a word he said. He said he was gonna be president of Ireland. I don't believe a word this guy says.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
But we got any other news this week? Are we heading down?
No, we're almost done. Got to give a shout out to myself over here. Yours truly, number 2 on Tapology, 12-0 with 7 perfects this past week on PFL Pittsburgh.
Whoa! 12-0.
We had the same picks, and we both went undefeated.
Wait, we went undefeated?
We went undefeated. We didn't lose a single fight. We won every single fight.
Are we the best?
Did you not know this?
No, I had no idea. Now
Yeah,
I have to tell my friends. It's like, I got a perfect card before you.
So,
Tell me
yeah,
it doesn't have to be UFC.
Yeah, I'm even gonna double check to verify that it's still 12-0.
I know, me too. I'm looking right now. We had Duprá, we had Fremd, we had Parsonikova, we had Rodriguez, we had Bush, we had Kazuba, we had Cartwright, we had Dayron, we had Pregande, we had De Silva, we had Impa, and we had Eblen. Boy, oh boy, are we the best.
By the way, not only did we go 12-0, Jack, I discounted myself. I was number 1 in the world on Tapology last week.
And on the globe.
Yeah. So congrats to us. Perfect PFL Pittsburgh card. To be fair, though, this was a pretty easy card to pick.
Getting 12 right doesn't matter. Actually, not true at all. Because if we're looking at it back, I won a lot of money on this card, to be honest with you.
You did?
A lot of money for me.
Okay.
Where Duprá was minus 500. Fremd was a favorite. Pasternikova, pick him. Rodriguez, pick him. Bush, plus 200. Kazuba, plus 120. Cartwright, minus 120. Dayron, minus 2,000. Gimme. Pregande, minus 300. Whatever. De Silva, minus 200. Okay. Impa, plus 150. Eblen, 400. We're just so good.
Yeah, we're so good, man. That's for damn sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you were asking about other news and stuff like that. I'm just curious, and we totally forgot to add this, so I guess I'll do it right here because we have a few extra minutes to do this. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Okay. I don't know if you know this. You may have forgotten about this when you were away doing your other busy your busy stuff that you like to do. We have a Zuffa boxing card this weekend. Did you remember this or no?
I'm out on Zuffa boxing.
You're out on it? Why are you out on it? Oh, but
I'm out.
By the way, that actually completely reminds me of this. Where did it go? Oh, so if you're out on it, then what in MMA makes you feel good then?
Oh man. You know what makes me feel good this week? All my freaking boys won. Lehian won. My boy Ernesto Rodriguez, he won a close one. In PFL, he won round 1. He won round 2. He did not win round 3. That brother gassed out, but it's okay. His first big show appearance, he gets the job done versus Kirkawi. He's ranked in PFL's top 10. He's ranked, brother, and that's all that matters. Lehian Douglas went jab, weave, hung, weave, hung. Finished Rosa. That made me really happy. And Kenny Cross getting booked for MVP. That made me happy. That happened a week or 2 ago. You covering the Final Four. That makes me happy. I'm trying to think what else, man.
Well, that's good.
My boys won. My boys won.
Well,
that's what
good.
matters.
That's good that you think.
And Impa. Oh my God. I forgot to say. Impa backing up, gets rocked. Boom. Right hand, left hook, knocks out Dalton Rasta. Woo! That was awesome.
Vintage Impa performance.
Beautiful.
That was the Impa of old that everybody knows, loves, and cares about.
That was
you know that, I know that, and everybody knows that.
That was gorgeous. I enjoyed that one. Let me tell you that. I was jumping up and down.
Oh, I bet. And speaking of MMA that makes you feel good, do you still have an official date for when you're moving to Atlanta?
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Wow. Are you nervous or are you excited?
Feeling good. I'm happy about it.
It's very, very good to hear. I'm just curious, and I need to know because you started to answer. Why are you out on Zuffa boxing? I had no idea.
It's just not for me, man. It's just not for me. I like boxing. I don't love it, and Zuffa's just—it's not tickling the fancy I have, man. I don't know.
Oh man, we're gonna have to disagree. So does this mean that you're never making predictions on it again?
I'll make predictions, but it might be going blind passes.
Okay, but will you watch Jail Pataya's next fight or no?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'll watch the Conor Ben versus Prograis fight.
Okay.
Like that's a good one. But like I'm kind of sick. I don't care. I don't care about these main events that aren't Callum Walsh or J.O. Pataya or Conor Ben or I don't know. I'm the problem.
Or what's his name? Becca, you don't care about him either?
Not really.
Really? See, I like him. I think he's
I like him too. I just don't really care. It's just like if I don't care, it's like talking like, oh, I like hockey, or I don't really watch hockey, but I like the Blackhawks. If they're good or bad, I don't really care. Zuffa boxing is just like, I'll watch it if I'm bored on a Sunday night.
Fair enough. Which, by the way, them being on Sunday nights is actually quite awesome because it's something to like look forward to. But they're gonna need to get off Sunday nights once football starts.
I know. I was like, that's not gonna work long term
because no one is streaming that shit on Sunday night. There's no way. Nobody.
Sunday night football.
Put it on Thursdays or Monday nights.
Yeah,
No, actually,
Sunday
no.
Night Football.
No. Put it
Who
on
is you for boxing?
Tuesdays. No. Put it on Tuesdays when Contender Series isn't on. That's what I would do. Do it Tuesday or Wednesday night because you and I both know that I think it's on Tuesday or Wednesday night in combat sports most of the time. So that's what I would do. That's what
I like it. Wednesday night fights.
That's what I would do. But that's going to do it, though, for episode 162 of the MMA Outsiders. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you could reminders, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Seems like several of you already have done so. And if you haven't, please do so. 142 people on the stream today. Shout out to all you guys for tuning in. YouTube.com/TV Network. And of course, you can catch the replay on any of the feeds that we have streaming to this afternoon. My YouTube channel, his YouTube channel, the ETV Network YouTube channel, the MMA Outsiders Twitter account, my Twitter account, the Bando's Breakdowns Twitter account, and the ETV Network Twitter account. My name is Zain Bando. Once again, I'm a staff writer for MMAKnockout.com. Jack Gold is still kicking and doing his own thing as per usual. And yeah, I guess, well, actually, while we're here, because it's going to be a little bit interesting regarding programming notes and stuff, what can our viewers expect, just given that you're going to be going through a transition phase for the next couple of weeks?
We have our show next week covering UFC Miami, and then we'll be taking the rest of April off, and then we'll be coming back to you in May.
Yeah, so it should be a nice little break. You'll still get a preview. You may get a reaction. We're still going to get a post-fight show at the time and all that stuff. So in case you guys were worried that we wouldn't recap UFC 327, we will do that. I may not be on the stream just because I have stuff going on that night, but we will have a recap for that. And as he said, we're going to be taking a little bit of a break. So stay tuned for our socials for more clips that we haven't posted in a while. And given that it's somewhat of a dead period after UFC 327 for at least a little bit, we figured it would be a good idea. But that's going to do it, though, for Jack and myself. Stay tuned in the next 30 seconds for the outro. But until next week, he's Jack Gold. I'm Zain Bando. Thank you so much for tuning into another edition, another live stream, if you will, of the MMA Outsiders. We hope you have a good weekend. And if you're watching the Final Four, enjoy it on Saturday and Monday night. And until next week, we'll catch you guys soon. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you all. All right.